Hi, this is Cecilia Su. Welcome to my Paralegal portfolio presentation. During the past 18 months, I took a dozen or so courses from UW's Paralegal Studies program, covering subjects such as litigation, legal research, contract technology, and professional ethics, and acquired the knowledge and skills required of a paralegal. Here, I would like to share with you my achievements. A brief introduction about myself. I have been a small business owner for the past 28 years. My husband is a freelance professional photographer, so I have extensive experience in digital asset management, and I use Photoshop to edit and retouch images every day. We are also a small tour operator, and I design and execute customized photo safaris all over the world. The travel business requires extensive and meticulous planning, and it's highly detail-oriented. We don't hire any employees, so I do everything, including purchasing, using, and maintaining all equipment such as computers, printers, cameras, scanners. I also handle record keeping, accounting, and the tax return of the business. Since we work with the partners, I handle negotiation and execution of various contracts as well. Here are some fun facts. The first picture was taken in 1998, the year my daughter was born. I was working with slides on a light table because the digital photography did not exist at that time. On the fat monitor, you can see Microsoft Access open, which I use as a database for the slides. We also operate a tour business. My daughter was very impressed by the Hopsale picture her dad took, so she wanted to see the Hopsale in person. We brought her there, but looking back, I kind of regret it because it dashed her illusion. The helicopter ride was rough and both of us threw up. It was very cold. The Hopsale pups were not really fluffy and they pooped everywhere on the ice. The third picture showed the Jefferson County Courthouse. We were involved in a land dispute as one of 4 defendants. We were brought into it sort of as a collateral defendant. Although we were sure we would prevail, we still had to spend tens of thousands of dollars for the defense. It was a 2-day bench trial, and the judge ruled in our favor. Actually, he ordered the plaintiff to pay for our attorney's fee, relying on a statute that none of the attorneys argued. An arborist testified during trial that the timber on the plaintiff's parcel was worth $1 million. We all believe that's why the judge ruled the way he did. I find myself completely fascinated by the whole process. Shortly after that, I applied for UW paralegal program. In this presentation, I'm going to show 6 items from my coursework organized into 3 categories. The first category is research and writing, an essential skill working in the legal field. I will show 2 memos. The second category is law office procedure, where I will show a timesheet. As one of our instructors like to say, discovery is the bread and butter of litigation. So here under the third category, I will be showing 3 items. Exhibit A is a memo on the Murphy case. This assignment required us to conduct independent legal research on Westlaw to find a relevant case law to address one factor of our case. I pulled about 25 cases from Westlaw, which I think might be relevant, but ended up using only 5. Here is an excerpt from the memo addressing one factor from our case. You can see the highlighted 5 cases I ended up in using. Though I spent time reading all 25 cases, it's not a waste of time. I was happy with the result because I found the most relevant case law to address the issue. I learned how to do it. Exhibit B is a case summary. We were asked to write a 250-word case summary pertaining to the topic of a discovery abuse. It was the Faison's case, and the opinion of the case is more than 60 pages long. I found the biggest challenge is how to include enough relevant facts, but concisely. Reviewing the final version after several drafts, my takeaway is to identify the key parties, not every party involved. Mention the doctor's patient briefly, even though it was the patient who filed a malpractice lawsuit against the doctor, which prompted the doctor to file a cross-claim against Pfizer's. There are a lot of details in the opinion, such as the drug name and medical history, specific documents failed to be disclosed, how they were withheld, but there is no need to include all the details. Just summarize the facts concisely and include important facts involving discovery abuse. We were also asked to provide a URL for the case, so I did it as a footnote just to make it pretty. Exhibit C is a timesheet. This is something new for me, but it's an essential skill in law office procedure. Fortunately, it's very straightforward. The method of time tracked in 6-minute increments makes perfect sense, as it's easily convertible to tenths of an hour. Diligence and good habit can make it easy to accurately record time and categorize billable and non-billable time. Discovery is the most important part of the litigation. It lays a foundation to build the case. Discovery starts with the investigation. Exhibit D is an investigation plan on Clancy's case. We were given a scenario where elevators manufactured by a company called Clancy were involved in several fatal accidents. We were asked to develop a comprehensive investigation plan and a presentation plan to our supervising attorney. I called on my skills of case management, meticulous planning, and attention to details. The outline of the investigation plan includes initial information gathering, evidence collection and verification, discovery after filing the lawsuit, and an estimated timeline and cost. For presentation, it would include an introduction, my findings, and a recommendation. As you can see here, I made a very detailed list addressing how to gather information, collect and verify evidence, the steps to follow, the parties to contact. Once the lawsuit is filed, discovery tools such as interrogatories, request for document production, subpoenas, expert witnesses all become available. To make an investigation plan complete, an estimated timeline and cost were also included. I actually struggled a bit with the presentation plan because I know nothing about elevators and what could cause fatal accidents. So I did some research and located some Bureau of Labor statistics on elevator-related deaths and costs. It turned out all deaths involved falls into elevator shafts, which could be contributed to faulty door interlocks, inadequate sensor systems, or lack of certain safety features. Cost-cutting measures could have caused all those. So that's what I put there as expert witness opinion. Based on this, I was able to present a recommendation to my supervising attorney and finish the presentation plan. E-discovery has gone through an exponential growth in the recent years. With experience in the digital asset management system, I believe I can effectively apply my skills to the field. Exhibit E, which I'm showing here, is a memo on e-discovery protocol component. It shows my understanding of the topic, and I used a diagram to better illustrate it. The last item I'm showing here is Exhibit F, a memo on electronic data map. This skill can be of great help to the implementation of a litigation hold. Handling various office tasks as a small business owner, I'm familiar with the file tree and the data map of various electronic devices and the cloud storage services, another skill that can be easily transferred to the legal field. To summarize, after this 18-month-long program, I have gained a solid understanding of the legal system and acquired the knowledge and skills needed for the job of a paralegal. It has been a very rewarding learning experience, and it enables me to reflect on my experiences as a small business owner. I realized that a lot of my skills are transferable to the legal field. This is something I did not know before. Now I'm ready to pursue a new career in the legal field, ideally starting with a part-time position. Lastly, I want to thank all the instructors from the program. They are all excellent teachers, conscientious, helpful, and encouraging. I want to give my special thanks to Kelly for giving us this assignment. It turns out a perfect and meaningful conclusion to the program. A final shout out to my daughter, who has been my biggest cheerleader. She's coming home tomorrow and we will celebrate. Thank you for watching, my fellow members of the Birch Firm.